It was supposed to be a weekend filled with laughter, a family gathering, children playing in the yard, relatives reconnecting after months apart, the kind of quiet neighborhood afternoon that unfolds thousands of times across America every summer. But in a matter of minutes, that peaceful scene would descend into chaos. A series of events would leave dozens of people running for their lives. Children would hide beneath vehicles, gunfire would echo through a residential street, and a question would soon leave an entire community demanding answers. How did a family reunion become the scene of a shooting that authorities are still investigating today? This is the story of what happened on Autumn Leaf Drive. On June 7, 2026, residents of a neighborhood in Leesburg, Georgia were enjoying what appeared to be an ordinary Sunday afternoon. One family had gathered together for a reunion. Adults stood outside talking. Children played nearby. Older relatives enjoyed the warm weather. Nothing seemed unusual. Nothing suggested that danger was only moments away. But according to investigators and witnesses, someone passing through the area was paying attention. Someone who would soon return. And when he did, everything would change. At first, the encounter was brief. A vehicle drove by the home. A man inside reportedly leaned out of the window. What happened next immediately caught the family's attention. Witnesses say racial slurs were shouted toward those gathered outside. The words stunned many present, but at that moment, it appeared the confrontation might simply end with hateful remarks from a passing stranger. The vehicle continued down the road. The family remained where they were, and for a few moments, it seemed the incident was over. But according to authorities, it wasn't. It was only the beginning.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. Well, in Lee County now, a man is behind bars after he reportedly showed up at a large gathering Sunday night in body armor and opened fire with an AR-style rifle. Witnesses at the home on Autumn Leaf Drive told police it devolved into a shootout. The Lee County Sheriff's Office later arrested Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer. Witnesses say Kinzer fired several shots, then several people at the gathering reportedly fired back. One person was injured in the gunfire. Deputies say they searched Kinzer's home and reportedly found an AR-style rifle and body armor. Kinzer is charged with aggravated assault. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says there may be more victims that haven't yet been identified.
Minutes passed. Conversations resumed. People attempted to move from the disturbing encounter. Yet something felt off. The stranger's behavior had been alarming. The hostility had appeared deliberate. And then, according to reports, the vehicle returned. This time, however, witnesses say the driver wasn't just passing through. He wasn't shouting from a distance. He had come back armed. What happened next would send shockwaves through the community. Authorities say the man returned carrying an AR-15 style rifle. The family reunion instantly became something else entirely. A gathering filled with grandparents, parents, and children was suddenly facing a threat few could have imagined. Then came the gunfire. Panic erupted. People screamed. Families scattered. Children ran. Adults deliberately searched for cover. Witnesses later described a terrifying scene unfolding in seconds. People dove beneath vehicles. Others hit the ground. Some simply ran. Nobody knew where the next shot might land. And amid the confusion, one reality became painfully clear. The people gathered that day were not simply facing insults anymore. They were fighting to survive.
A Lee County family is speaking out, recalling the terrifying moments when they say a man armed with an AR-style rifle opened fire on their family reunion. And thank you for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Greg Lloyd.
And I'm Carla Heath Sands.
Now, that shooting happened Sunday evening on Autumn Leaf Drive in Leesburg. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer shot at partygoers after a verbal altercation occurred. No one in the family was reportedly injured, and Kinzer was shot after a family member returned fire.
He was charged with aggravated assault. WALB News 10's Mariah Norman sits down with a witness who says their family was racially targeted.
This family says they were celebrating a birthday and spending time together before a man they identify as a neighbor pulled up and opened fire with an AR-style rifle. Witnesses say the family was gathered outside for a reunion Sunday night when a car drove by. A white man who witnesses say was Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer was inside the car yelling racial slurs at the group.
When he's talking junk and he started yelling the N-word, he kept going, so we let him go. And we were just discussing what just happened, why he tripping.
But Green says Kinzer came back, this time wearing armor and carrying a rifle. Oh my God!
And then that's when everybody started running. He got a gun. All the kids, they were making sure the kids get in the house. And people started taking positions because they seen he had a gun. And I was in the middle of the street. That's when he raised it and fired. Boom. And I grabbed my gun and started returning fire and moving with him.
Green says he's a Marine veteran. He says he was willing to defend his family, including children and older adults who were present.
It was so hurtful. I cried all night. I'm laying outside on the ground through a shootout under a car with my other auntie, my other sister, who is 77, and I'm 62.
The investigation is ongoing. Officials say more charges are expected to come. This family says they are just grateful to be alive. Reporting in Lee County, Mariah Norman, WALB, your hometown news source.
As chaos consumed the neighborhood, one family member made a split-second decision, a decision that may have prevented an even greater tragedy. Among those attending the reunion was Ramel Green. According to reports, Green is a Marine veteran. As gunfire erupted around his family, he reportedly drew a legally owned firearm. In that moment, he was confronted with an impossible choice: run, hide, or stand his ground. Witnesses say he chose to defend the people around him. What followed was a gunfight unfolding in the middle of a residential neighborhood. Shots were exchanged. The sound of gunfire echoed through the street. Family members remained trapped in the danger zone. Then, according to authorities, the alleged shooter was struck during the exchange. The attack had been interrupted, but the nightmare wasn't over. Police would soon arrive. Investigators would begin piecing together exactly what had happened, and the details emerging from the scene would leave many asking whether the response matched the severity of the incident. The alleged shooter was transported for medical treatment. After being medically cleared, authorities booked him into the Lee County Jail. His name was identified as Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer, a 36-year-old firefighter. As information spread across social media and local news outlets, public attention intensified. Many expected severe criminal charges, especially considering witness accounts describing a crowded family gathering filled with adults and children. Initially, reports suggested authorities were considering numerous attempted murder charges. Then came a development that ignited controversy. Kinzer was charged with aggravated assault, but it wasn't just the charge that sparked outrage. It was what happened next.
Tonight, the GBI is now investigating what witnesses say was a racially charged shooting at a Lee County family gathering.
Now, they were asked to help by the Lee County Sheriff's Office. WALB News 10's Mariah Norman is in the studio now to tell us what their involvement means for this investigation.
Carla, Greg, GBI investigators and Lee County deputies were back on the scene today at a home on Autumn Leaf Drive. The GBI confirmed to WALB they were called in by the sheriff's office to assist, but have not said what they were looking for or if they found anything. Sources provided WALB News 10 pictures of investigators outside the home today. This comes days after a Sunday night shooting that witnesses described as a racially charged attack. We told you earlier this week that Jeffrey Kinzer opened fire with an AR-15 at a family gathering. Surveillance video shows family members, including seniors and children, running from the gunfire. Witnesses say Kinzer, who is white, yelled racial slurs at the African-American family from a passing car. Minutes later, witnesses say he came back in body armor and armed with the AR-15. Fortunately, no one in the family was shot. Kinzer was injured when a family member returned fire. He was charged with aggravated assault and is free on a $5,000 bond.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this man is gonna kill this whole house. So the kids, they running, they screaming. You see the video with them in the house. They so terrified. Like 30 kids locked in the room on the floor. We got them in the room on the floor, and they just screaming nonstop to their lungs. And we tell them they're gonna be okay. They saying, lock the doors, lock the windows. They just scream, and it went on for a long time.
It's a lot of us put our life on the line for this country, and we deserve to be treated just like everybody else. We shouldn't be going through this, especially these kids that, they didn't have a chance. They just starting their lives. So they deserve a fair opportunity, and this should be handled accordingly. He needs to be punished gratefully.
Incident reports show Kinzer works as a firefighter at the Marine Corps Logistics Base in Albany. We did reach out to the base for comment on Kinzer's employment. We have not heard back.
Soon after being booked into jail, Kinzer secured his release. The bond amount, $5,000. For many members of the community, the number was difficult to comprehend. Questions spread rapidly. How could someone accused of opening fire at a family gathering be released so quickly? Why was the bond amount so low? Were additional charges coming? Or was this all the accountability there would be? The reaction was immediate. Community members voiced anger. Family members demanded answers. Across social media, countless people questioned whether justice was being served. The controversy quickly became almost as significant as the shooting itself. And as public pressure mounted, investigators continued their work behind the scenes. Today, the investigation remains ongoing. Authorities have indicated that additional charges may still be forthcoming. Meanwhile, the family targeted during the attack continues to push for stronger prosecution. For those who were present that day, the memories remain vivid. The sounds, the panic, the children hiding beneath vehicles, the realization that an ordinary family gathering had become a scene of violence, and perhaps the most unsettling question remains unanswered. If one family member had not fought back, how different might this story have been? As investigators continue examining the evidence, many in the community are watching closely, waiting, wondering, and demanding to know whether justice will ultimately match the events that unfolded on that summer afternoon in Leesburg. Because for the families who lived through it, June 7th was not just another Sunday. It was a day they would never forget. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's a crazy story of a black family reunion being shot up by a racist firefighter. Hey man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!